It seemed like you guys decided to double and blitz on a lot of the ball screens that New York ran. What went into that decision?
Yeah, we wanted to be much more aggressive to start the game, and I thought we were. I told our players our energy level from the opening tip was what it should be all the time. You know, we've had trouble starting games the last few times out, and it just wasn't up to par. And I think some of it is just youthful inexperience, not understanding what this level of play is all about. I mean, this was a war out here tonight. It was a very, very physical game, and we just made a decision game day to be much more aggressive at the point of attack on pick and rolls, and it helped us.
Tony East.
Marianne, Victoria gave you 20 points tonight, her first start of the season. What did you see from her that she was doing so well to kind of ignite you guys on so many possessions these games, and what went into the decision to get her into the starting lineup?
Tori's had a good season over in Israel, and she's somebody that I've always had confidence in her ability to score the basketball, and I think maybe just a maturity level and an experience level now. She just seemed more settled and more just ready to give us what she's capable of giving us. And I think, she's far enough away from the knee injury that really hurt her earlier in her career. She has said for the last 6 months or so she feels great. So I just knew it was a matter of time before she was going to play the way she was capable of. And she didn't hesitate tonight. I hope that maybe starting helped her, and if so, good for us and good for her.
You got 30 combined rebounds from the Baylor rookies, NaLyssa and Queen. What did you see from them on the glass, especially, that allowed them to be so effective? I heard you were alluding to it earlier.
No, I mean they just put in the effort to rebound, and one of the things I talked with all of our bigs about, well, everybody, it's like you can't just in this league when there's size and length and athleticism in the post, which college kids don't see that on a regular basis, in multiple numbers like you do on the pro level. Like you can't just go to the ball. You have to block out. And the first couple games we were having trouble because we weren't blocking out. And we've just made it a point of emphasis in all of our practices and in the games, the last 2 games in particular. And I think it's sinking in that, Natasha Howard's a pretty damn good player, and she can rebound with the best of them. And you're not going to win a jumping battle with her under the rim. That's just not going to happen. So you have to block out and then pursue the ball. And I think in both Queen and NaLyssa's case, they're starting to understand that and do what they need to do to block out first and then pursue the ball.
Owen, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Owen Pence with Winsider. It seems like the youngsters, the rookies, have just brought such an infectious energy to this team. How early did you kind of realize that, and how fun has that been just coaching?
Oh, 100%. Well, we saw it, and it's part of why we drafted all the ones we drafted. We love their energy, love their mentality, love the fact that they've come from winning programs where they get the commitment necessary. You got to really not only love it, but you got to work. Because at this level, there wasn't a bad player out there tonight. Tell me who the bad player was. I didn't see one. That is what it is. And everybody's got talent. And so, I think they're fired up as rookies are to just get those new experiences. They're playing against players they probably, watched all through college, and, I'm sure they have their favorites, but, just the chance to get out there and be a pro and play against the best and see how you stack up and measure up. It's exciting, but personality-wise, it's a good group. They like to have fun. They're serious when they need to be, but they like to have fun and just a lot of positive energy.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
James Boyden.
Marianne, last season it took you all 18 games to get to 2 wins. So, what does it say about this group to get 2 wins this early in the season, and also to do it in this fashion and really gut it out?
Well, this is a terrific win for our players. Really, really great win. It was a gut check win. It wasn't pretty all the time. Both teams made mistakes that I'm sure when we go back and look at film, you're going, oh my goodness, shake your head. But nothing, it was all earned. Nothing was given here, and so it goes back to the energy level. We asked them to provide tremendous energy. Like it was going to require our best level of energy and effort tonight in order to win, and that certainly was the case. Like it was really a physical game. I'm just happy for our players, that we're at 500 now. We're 2-2. we're going back home and we got to play in less than 48 hours. So we're going to be on a bus at 7:30 tomorrow morning. Get home, do some preparations and rest and recover, and then play, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock on Sunday.
3 o'clock.
I mean, it's brutal. We have probably the least favorable schedule in the league. Like whoever plugs in stuff to the computer, as they say. I don't know, this computer must have it out for Indiana. But anyway, we're not complaining. It is what it is. But we got to go home and get ready in less than 48 hours to go beat a very good Atlanta team that's, like us, has been infused with youthful energy and some good talent. One of the very best players coming out of college last year in Ryan Howard. And so, we got to get to it. We'll enjoy this for the moment and get ready for the next.
Alexa?
Hi, Marianne. This is Alexa Fielder from ESPN. Kind of building off what you've mentioned before, how would you just describe the mood and, for lack of better words, the vibe maybe, for how just the team has started this season, not just with the infusion of youth, but to get those first few wins under your belt so early, just not just from the rookies, I guess, as you were mentioning, but team-wide.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think it's important for everybody because everybody in our team works hard and they want to win. And, it's been a struggle, all throughout the pandemic. It's been difficult going. But we feel like we've got good pieces, be they, newcomers, not just the draft class, but, Alana Smith, now Elena Coach will be added, all of our rookies and our returning players. D-Rob showed you why she's our starting point guard. She just got back from Turkey. She had one practice and she is where she belongs as a starter at point for us. You saw that tonight. Vivians played as good as we hoped that she could and would. And hopefully, she's just going to stay on that track of being who she is and doing what she does best. And then, you add the other people like Tiffany Mitchell, Kelsey Mitchell. They always provide a calm type of poise to our group. Kelsey's been playing well lately. Tiffany's role has been a little bit different, but she's as tough as nails and as good a defender as there is. And, providing that veteran experience that we need. So, all the way around with our roster, I think people feel good about playing hard for each other, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, you need people who are willing to get in the trenches and play hard for each other, for their team, their staff, their franchise in a game like this with everything on the line in a tough environment and where the star player on the other team is having a night, So they should feel good. They deserve to feel good.
Doug, go ahead.
Coach, nice to see you in person finally.
Yeah. How you doing?
I know it's one win, it's early in the season, but how much does this help you guys as far as changing culture, getting a winning culture back to Indiana with a win and, as you said, tough environment on the road and gut check time you guys came through and they could have won this game very easily, same way you guys did. How big is this to help
It's
you guys
huge.
going forward?
Yeah, it's huge. We need that stamp of approval, if you will, that we're good enough. Sometimes when you hit a losing stretch, people start to doubt or lose faith in their own ability, and so this goes a long way towards shoring up their confidence and also showing that there's no easy path. If there was an easier way to get things done, we certainly would. We're not trying to do it the hard way, but. Trust me, with 12 teams in the league and you see all the people that aren't making rosters, I mean, it's tough out here. And so I think everybody understands there's a level of intensity, if you will, this year that and early that maybe we haven't seen. And it's important. I mean, that was like a playoff game right there, I mean, like the vibe in the room, in the gym was like that. And so I think we're going to see more of that. It's just kind of comes with the turf. But for us, as a franchise with a lot of young players and coming off of 2 losing seasons, it's immeasurable how important this is. And, it's one game, but we're going to, enjoy the fact that we earned it, nothing was given, and then we did it as a team. And then we're going to, get prepared for the next one on Sunday afternoon and try to get another win in front of our home fans.
Last one from Zach Ward.
Excuse me.
Hi, Coach. Seems like you had to win this game 3 different times. Can you just talk about the resiliency your team showed when they would miraculously come back and tie it?
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, you never count out a team like New York, and particularly when you got players like Ionescu out there. You know, you can just never count a team out. As long as you got an opportunity, then, you know, you try to make the most of it. But I just think it goes to show that, you know, every possession counts, everything you do counts. And I told our guys, there's going to be a lot of stuff on this film that we really like, and there's going to be some stuff we're going, oh my goodness, what are we doing? And it's early in the season. You know, some of these guys, think about it. We have, how many new players is it? 8, 9?
9.
Like, they haven't played together that long. So expecting it to all mesh and gel all the time in every situation, it's a little bit unrealistic. And I keep preaching to everybody on our staff, and be patient, you know. We have talent, and they're going to keep getting better. We've asked them to improve, even if it's just incrementally every time they touch the floor, to just get a little bit better, a little bit better. We're doing that. So we're doing that part. And there's a lot to improve upon. I mean, again, we're playing our rookies. Our rookies aren't sitting down there not being played. They're playing, and they're getting invaluable experience. And, you know, this was, you know, an overtime game where, again, we could have won it in regulation. We didn't. We took overtime, and then we figured out how to do that. And that's invaluable experience for everybody.
Coach, thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming out and supporting the league. We really appreciate you guys being here.
Liz, just to start, to be able to dominate on the boards like this so early in your career, I know we've talked about this, that this was always the goal, this was always the understood. What does it mean to do it, and do it, you know, here in New York, and put those numbers on the board for yourself?
I mean, it's a great feeling. When you go into a game wanting to win that game, you know, you go in there with a different mindset. So coming into this game, I knew rebounding was going to be the difference in the game. So, you know, I went up there and rebounded.
And Tori, you looked like you were comfortable in a way moving like when you were at Mississippi State. And Coach was saying that for the last 6 months, you've been talking about how well you've been moving. Obviously, you had a terrific season over in Israel. Do you feel as if you're in a position to do the things that you always believed you could in this league since you got here?
Yeah. I'm not trying to break the
No, it's going. You good. It's going.
No, it's not.
It disappeared on
I
you.
thought I was the only one that saw that. Yeah.
We gotta get out of New York. Ah!
Go ahead, you good.
But no, like, I'm not trying to blame it on my injuries, but like, it's just been like a battle for me. Like, ever since my first year, after my first year, basically having injuries. So it's been almost about to be 2 years since the injury, and I'm feeling good back moving like I was. I'm comfortable doing what I do. So I feel like that plays a lot into where my body is back to where it was from when it was my rookie year. So I'm playing back like myself again.
Thank you both.
Go ahead. This question is for you, Victoria. You've been here through the start, like when it's been a rough patch. Not to say that you guys have gotten over it, but you started the season 0-2, and now you're 2-2. When you were 0-2, what was the message in the locker room? Because you've been down this road before, but say that we're not going to go through this again.
I mean, we say it every season, like people don't like losing. We hate losing, so you got to just keep the positive vibe and keep the positive attitude in the locker room. So I would say the message is just the same. We just delivering different.
Okay.
So.
This question is for both of you guys. Would you define this win as a gritty win or a ugly win?
I would say gritty because both teams played well and played hard. So I mean, it was pretty basketball. You're making shots, so it's pretty. So I feel like it was just a gritty, grinded out game.
All right, one more question. Go ahead. Sorry, lady. To speak about the one thing that doesn't come in the stat sheet, I mean, because clearly you guys were clutch tonight. Am I saying her name wrong?
Queen Eggball.
Queen Eggball.
Queen Eggball. She did a great job on Natasha Howard. She kept it at 8 points. Nobody does that.
Bro, I was guarding her, not Queen. I was guarding her.
There were some times it looked like she was lying. Okay, so if you could just speak about the effort of what you guys did to hold it, because I think that made a big difference. It took she's like kind of the compliment to Sabrina. So if somebody's gonna pop off other than Sabrina, it's gonna be Howard.
Yeah.
And clearly you guys stopped that. What did you guys do to contest her to make sure she didn't get hot tonight?
I mean, in scout, we seen that she was one of the main focuses on the team. So, going into the game, we knew what she did best. We had to stop what she did best. Also, it was like nail help. Every time she drove, we had someone in the nail. So it was a group effort. I wouldn't say it was one or two people. Like, we all collectively, stopped her as a team.
I apologize.
No, I was playing with you.
This is for Victoria. Coach just said that this team really likes to have fun, but then knows when to be serious. What have you gleaned from the rookies that have come into this team, just the energy that they're bringing?
They are some very energetic rookies. I can say that. About like me when I first came in, full of life. I love it. I mean, we need it because it's only 4 vets.
Yeah.
So we need the energy. We don't need to be dull all the time. So just bringing in the energy, having fun, and actually knowing when to be serious and play basketball. I mean, it's a win-win.
We'll go on Zoom. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, Tori, first I got 2 for you. You played with D-Rob last year. For her to step in like this, first game back, and have some huge shots for you in overtime and step up like that, what does that say about her, especially if she's kind of grown as a teammate and a leader for you guys these last couple of years?
She's a pro. I mean, we are all professional athletes. She knows to come in and do her job, and she did that, and she did it well tonight. So she's just been a professional.
On your end specifically, you move into the starting lineup, 20 points in this game. What did you like about your fit with that unit, and how did playing with that group kind of energize your scoring effort in this one?
I mean, it don't matter who I'm playing with, honestly, because I'm gonna come in and give 100% whatever I got to help this team. So either if I'm the first person off the bench or starter or the last person off the bench, when I come in, I'm gonna do what I can to help the team. Now, I don't care if I start or not, to be honest.
James Boyd.
Tori, did anybody get on, first, not a serious question, but anybody get on D-Rob for not ending the game in regulation? But secondly, how good did it feel to actually pull it out in overtime?
Honestly, I'm not even gonna put that on D-Rob in regulation because it was a lot that played into that. But what was the other question?
How good did it feel to lock back in and pull it out after they had done so much to
Oh my
kind of get
goodness.
back?
It felt good because last year, they beat us on the buzzer beater, so we had to get it back.
Alexa.
Hey Tori, I wanted to follow up just on the question of the energy that the rookies have brought. Has that made things feel lighter at all, or how would you describe just as you guys have been going through, even from training camp through the early bits of this season? How does that just affect you all on the court and what you're all able to do from vets down?
Well, I can't say anything about training camp because I was still playing overseas, but ever since I've been back, they've been very energetic, and it's been helping us to stay lively and not be so serious all the time because it can stress you out just trying to be serious all the time. And I feel like they bring out the life in us, so I like it. I'm gonna take it. I'll take them any day. Tear. Liz, you want a picture?
Tony, anything for Kelsey?
I'm good. I came right on time.
Kelsey, especially after last year when Sabrina hit that huge shot against you guys, how did this one feel to both clutch it out at the end of regulation, then again to get it done in overtime and get the win?
I felt really good. Obviously, it was a lot of tentative events that kind of imposed the will on the game as far as having to win it. So it felt really good. Obviously, New York is a fantastic team with fantastic players, so it was good to kind of get some W's on our belt without having to get down on ourselves. So it felt really good. We're gonna take this for the rest of the night, till 12 o'clock, and we're gonna move on, man.
D-Rob's your old vet, but she's looking like a rookie out there tonight, spry, moving around, hitting huge shots. How big was she for you guys in that first game back?
It's really good to have that vet experience around, especially at the PG position. Obviously, don't take anything away from our other guards. For example, Henny. But having D-Rob back and having her to be able to point us in the right direction as far as what we need to be, especially in crunch time situations, is very important. We relied on her heavily without showing so much. Obviously you guys are in the locker room, but on the court and having her here it was amazing. We wrapped our arms around her as far as her leadership, and we're gonna continue to need her.
Owen, go ahead.
Hi, Kelsey. I got 2 for you. The first one, I'm just so impressed with Queen and NaLyssa's play overall, but especially it seems like, pick and rolls, like some of these actions, you guys already have this chemistry that feels like it's been developed way longer than, a month or something. What have you seen from them running those plays? How impressed are you with them?
I think I could piggyback off Victoria's statement. They're so energetic. I'm sorry. And on top of that, they're not arrogant, they're not cocky, but they're confident in their game, and they wear that chip on their shoulder. So it always kind of wears and it kind of shows. And they impose their will on the game like that. So without saying so many words, that energy and that vibe, as far as like knowing that what they bring to the table, and they bring it to the table very well, it shows. And so when it's time to do pick and roll action, it's time for us to like get in certain things and hit in certain spots. They know exactly where to be, and that's because of their confidence.
And then piggybacking off of that, Coach said after this game that this is a team that really likes to have fun but knows when to be serious. Can you speak to anything you've noticed in terms of the fun element of this team?
Oh man, we embrace our rookies are one of a kind, man. We really need to have a TV show. I'm not even joking. Like y'all would be surprised some of the stuff we hear, some of the stuff that some of the questions that we have to ask them and they ask us. Particularly when it comes to like airport stuff, bus activity. Our rookies are interesting, but I wouldn't trade them in for the world. I honestly wouldn't. This is a special group for us because we're authentic. We are who we are, and no one can put barriers on us.
Thank you.
James, anything for Kelsey?
Kelsey, how much do you enjoy being that closer? You got to a hot start, a little bit of a lull there.
Yeah.
But when it was winning time, you made plays to win the game.
It feels good, man. I'm really coming into myself as far as that mentality and what's needed to be done for my team on behalf of my team. For me, it's just those lows, trying to fix those and trying to keep that up and up. Those dips as far as lows are too big. But on the flip side, me tapping into myself mentally and being able to talk to people like Coach Carlos and, tell me and express to me, this is where we need you, this is where we need you. So after the game, Queen is like, you always know when to put us on our back, and that's not something that I look to do. It's just something I love my team, and I'm going to do whatever for them. But we definitely going to fix them laws. We can't have them.
Last one for Kelsey, Deion Cash.
All right. Congratulations on another big win, second in a row. Second really complete game from you, double digits. 20-point game, both games. You guys are winning different ways as well tonight. You had to dig deep overtime.
Yeah.
Talk about the game a little bit, and are you feeling like that top 10? Hey, top 10, man, looking really good right now. Too. Looking real good. The WNBA, they needed to start, start wrapping up your campaign. But congratulations on the win. And what was it like tonight in New York for you?
Man, New York is amazing. Let's first shout out to the city. Like, y'all city is dope. That energy y'all bring, the energy and the love that y'all show to y'all WNBA team, the New York Liberty, is amazing. Y'all welcomed us with open arms as far as the competition in a good atmosphere. It was all love. I think for us, this was a challenge for me because it's going to show where it tested me mentally to see where I'm at. I obviously went on a low where stuff wasn't falling. Shots were, hard and aggressive. So for me, it was about making sure mentally I could bounce back and be where I needed to be. So this was a huge test for all of us, particularly for our young ones to see how it is in the trenches, especially when we got to go against people like, Ionescu, Benaja, which like all of them realistically. So it was a test for us, but going forward, we're just going to take this and use it as, put it in our book and, learn from it.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelsey. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you joining us.